the first claim is this, no? Claim number one, the remnant church keeps the entire 10 commandments of God, no? The remnant church keeps the entire 10 commandments of God. In fact, may connected na na verse yung sa Revelation chapter 14 verse 12. It says, here is the perseverance of the saints who keep the commandment of God. Pag-aralan natin mamaya, ano ibig sabihin ng commandment dito? Kasi yung Greek word na ginamit dyan, entole, no? Those who keep the commandments of God and their faith in Jesus. Ito daw yung perseverance of the saints. Ito yung remnant church. This one pertains to this group of people, which is basically the Adventist church, no, that will become the remnant church who keeps the commandments of God. Pag-aralan natin yung dalawang keywords dito, yung dalawang Greek word, okay? Entole, medyo magiging technical muna kami, pero madali lang tong concept na to, mapag-aaral natin. Kaya explain to ng malinaw ni Ronald. Yung Greek words na entole and nomos. Entole and nomos. Go ahead, Ronald.
Ganito yan. Mabuti Arnold, at meron tayong pag-aaral na konti. Mahalaga kasi pag-aralan natin yung Greek words o yung biblical language. Kasi kung mananatili lang tayo hanggang translation, laging binabanggit commandments, mahirap alisin sa isip ng tao na 10 commandments nga ito kasi magkatunog eh.
Palaging pagka nabasa ang commandments, sinabing commandments, ang nasa isip ka agad, 10 commandments.
Pero ako din, alam mo Arnold, kahit nung mga bagong Adventist ako, pag nabasa ko, commandments, until na such time na encounter ko nga, na iba pala yung Greek word na ginagamit dito, kumpara sa Greek word na ginagamit sa law o yung 10 commandments, particularly doon sa Old Testament, no? Sa Old Testament. At ito na nga, nabanggit mo nga, na itong word na ito, entole and nomos, ganito yan. Ang sumulat kasi ng Revelation si John, hindi ba? The Apostle of Jesus Christ, John, Revelation 12 and 14. Siya ang sumulat niyan. At itong word na ito, ang madalas na gamitin na word ni John pagdating dito, ay ginagamit din niya itong dalawang word na ito, entole, tsaka nomos. No? Pagka ang tutukoy ni Apostle John ay yung Old Covenant Law o yung Law of Moses, ang ginagamit ng Greek word ay nomos.
Nomos.
Na laging isinasalin na English. For example, dito sa John 7:19, sabi ni Jesus, did not Moses give you the law and yet none of you keeps the law, nomos? Why do you seek to kill me? So, obviously, makikita natin, pag tinignan mo sa Greek, yung binigay ni Moses na law ay nomos sa Greek. So, ibig sabihin nito, pagka ang tinutukoy pala ay law sa panahon ni Moses, or anything, any commands referring to the Old Covenant, it refers to nomos. Okay? Then, isang word naman na sinasabi natin yung entole. Pag ginagamit naman ni Apostle John ang entole, hindi niya ito ikinakapit sa Old Testament law o Old Covenant law sa time ni Moses. Okay? Ang ginagamit niya entole. Kalimbawa, dito si John 13:34. Sabi niya ni Jesus dito, a new commandment, entole, hindi nomos, entole, a new commandment I give you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another.
In fact, new commandment nga daw yung sinabi dyan, no? New commandment.
Pero siguro kung Old Commandment to, baka nomos ang gagamitin ni John dito, di ba?
Oo, kung 10 commandments yun, hindi naman eh.
Diba? New.
So, entole ang ginamit, ibig sabihin, this is he's talking about something else, not the 10 commandments. He's actually talking about the law commandment, the commandment of love that Jesus Christ preached. Ito siya sabi niya, the new commandment, yung giving, loving one another as I have loved you.
That commandment of love na yan, new commandments of love. It's not talking about 10 commandments as it is anymore. Pero minsan may mga objections sa mga Adventists dyan kasi ito din ginagamit ng objections. Yung word na entole, isang beses ginamit para tumukoy sa Sabbath ng 31. At ito yung mababasa natin sa Luke 23:56. And they returned and prepared spices and perfumes, and on the Sabbath they rested according to the commandment. Entole. Oh,
Entole
so
daw.
pwede kang ipitin dito, Arnold. O, paano yan? Mabasa ko entole. Tumutukoy sa commandment. Ang sagot mo dyan, Arnold, bakit? Si John ba sumulat ng Luke 23:56?
Yan.
Di ba? Si John ang pinag-uusapan natin kasi siya ang sumulat ng Revelation eh. So siya ang may understanding, hindi si Lucas ang mag-i-interpret ng Juan sa Revelation.
So para makita natin yung mindset ni John nung sinulat niya yung Revelation chapter 14 verse 12 na yung claims ng mga Adventists nga na this pertains to the Ten Commandments, yung here is the, sabi dito, here is the perseverance of the saints who keep the commandments of God, entole. Kung gusto makita yung perspective ni John, basahin mo yung John chapter, yung first, yung John, the Gospel of John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and then balik ka dito sa Revelation kasi siya din sumulat dyan. And base doon sa pag-scan natin, hindi lang tayo, kundi yung mga Greek scholars na rin, lahat ng pag sinasabi ni John na law, ang ginagamit niya ay nomos, or Ten Commandments, ang ginagamit niya ay nomos. Pag ginagamit niya ay the love of the commandment of love ni Christ, ang ginagamit niya palagi diyan ay yung entole.
Alam mo, isa pa natin na gustong i-point dito. Si John, ginamit niya yung nomos tungkol sa law of Moses. Pag ang tinutukoy niya ay Sabbath sa Ten Commandments. For example, John 7:23. If a man receives circumcision on the Sabbath na to, Arnold, so that the law of Moses should not be broken. Are you angry with me because I made man completely well on the Sabbath? Inugnay ngayon ni Jesus itong Sabbath sa law of Moses, sa John, si John sumulat. Ang ginamit ni John hindi entole. Ang ginamit niya nomos eh. So, ang kukunin nating perspective at point of view, ito kay John. Na pag si John, ginagamit niya nomos sa law of commandment, Ten Commandments. Pero pag entole, hindi na, according to John, hindi niya ginagamit ang entole consistently in the book of Revelation. Hindi niya ginamit kahit minsan ang nomos. Ginamit niya sa dalawang talata na yan ay puro entole.
Yeah. So doon sa claim number 1 na ang isang remnant church daw, ang isa sa mga characteristic ng remnant church ay for those who are obeying or following the Ten Commandments. Hindi natin from the perspective of John sa Revelation 14:12, hindi ibig sabihin doon ay Ten Commandments, kundi it's the law, it's the law of love, no? The law of love, the commandment of love.
Pinasa natin sa episode niya sa 1 John, entole, tinawag ni John na commandment din eh. Kaya mahalaga makita ng mga Adventist, pag si John gumamit ng word na commandment, hindi lang isang klase. Pag sinabing commandment ni John, it is entole or nomos. Ang nomos ay sa Ten Commandments. Pag entole, hindi Ten Commandments yan, kundi ito yung law of love. For example, Arnold, ang sabi rito sa 1 John 3:22-23, ipapakita natin to later on sa ating and whatever we ask from Him, because we keep His commandments, entole, sabi ni John. And those things that are pleasing in His sight, and this is His commandment. Ito ang kanyang kautusan. Pag Adventist ang matutuwa, excited niya, sabi Ten Commandments yan.
Ten Commandments?
Sabi ni John, and this is His commandment, entole ang ginamit. Ano yung commandment dito ni John according to his understanding as an apostle of Jesus na mag-i-interpret sa atin ng law of Christ? Sabi ni John that itong commandment, that we should believe on the name of His Son, Jesus Christ, and love one another as He gave us His commandment. Entole na naman. Sana maging malinaw ito sa mga kaibigan natin Adventist, no? Hindi ito kapritsyo natin o gusto lang natin. Ito yung nandun na talata talaga yan, mga kapatid. Tinutulungan natin sila maunawaan talagang talata.
Tama. So yung claim number 1, that the remnant church keeps the Ten Commandments of God, that's not the case as far as John is concerned. So claim number 2, nasa claim.
Bago tayo tumuloy, kasi kung Ten Commandments, yung Revelation 12:17 at Revelation 14:12, dapat ang ginamit ni John doon ay nomos. Dapat
Mhm.
nomos ang ginamit sa Greek sa Revelation 12:17. Hindi naman nomos entole, which is the law of love.
Yan. Ayos. Yan. So, yan ang claim number 1, yung